You taking a strap? I'm strapped up.
What's happening? What was that about?
Let's make the fight happen. We strapped the fuck up.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 87 of the SZN Podcast. As always, I'm your boy Kam.
Your boy Flowz.
And before we kick off the episodes, my usual housekeeping message, please make sure you like, subscribe to us on whatever streaming platform you prefer, whether that's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or if it's YouTube, if you prefer visuals, for the YouTube channel I'm running as well. To get to wherever our links, just hit us up on Instagram, SZN Podcast, or Twitter, SZN Pod. There's a link in the bio of both those social those platforms there, and that will take you to all of our links where we're housed. So yeah, make sure you do that, please. Like, subscribe, engage with us, man. We're friendly people. Yeah, man. How you doing, bro? Another week. The boxing's coming thick and fast, isn't it? Pause.
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. Yeah, we've got a lot of action to discuss. Yeah. Let's get into it, man.
I think this one's hotly anticipated, especially after certain comments were made on this pod by myself. So obviously, we're going to start with the big fight from the weekend: Tyson Fury versus Dillian Whyte. Yeah, man. Let's get into what we've seen and what's occurred in it. I was out here bullish. I stuck my neck out, put it out on the line. I said, yeah, Dillian Whyte is going to knock this guy out. But we've seen the opposite. We've seen Tyson Fury come true with I think it's safe to say, a boxing masterclass, no? Yeah, a masterclass in boxing. And he closed the show in that 6th round superbly. And that was all she wrote, man. Yeah, man. Tough peak loss for Dillian Whyte. I think for me, you got to hold our hands up and be like, yeah, man, fair play. Going into it, obviously, we kind of knew that Tyson Fury is superior to this guy in every way, to be honest. Size, reach, boxing ability, footwork, all that stuff. It's fair to say that Tyson Fury is superior in everything. So he was expected to win. But I was going off a gut feeling and, heavyweight boxing, one punch can change a fight, which is what I was hoping for. But boy, man, it was a great performance from Tyson Fury. I can't lie, man. It was one of the ones where I'm just sitting there thinking, wow, what can my man have done? When I say my man, I mean Dillian Whyte. Watching that performance, watching what happened, what transpired over the night, I'm there thinking, yeah, what could this guy have done? Because would you say it was a shout? It was a comprehensive shout. I think I gave him 1 round.
Yeah,
I gave him the first round. And even that was a close. Like, it could have gone. That round could have gone. That round could have been a draw. It was a chess match in that round. But I said, give him benefit of a doubt. I'll give him this round. Every other round was comprehensively won by Tyson Fury in my eyes. Yeah, cool. Yeah. They both started out, like I said, trying to get on their jab game. Both of them.
Whoa. Dillian Whyte came out of Southwark.
I was going to say that as well. I was going to say they both tried it, but the funny thing was, Dillian Whyte's coming as southpaw. Yeah. Which shocks a lot of people. We've never seen that before. I have a theory as to why he did that, but I want to hear what do you think the reasoning was from the Whyte camp to come out as southpaw? I've got a theory.
I just think it was just to confuse Tyson, just to make him, for a span in the works. I hear a lot of people saying, how can he come out southpaw and like making a joke out of it? But it's the art of war. You're trying to gain an advantage. You're trying to confuse your opponent, make him think. Tyson Fury's a thinker. So the more you can make him think, the more you can confuse him. I just think he done it to just kind of confuse Tyson Fury and think, what's he doing here? Let me think. And that's the 1 round most people gave him.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't think it was a bad idea. I don't think it was outlandish of him to try it. It's boxing. Yeah. Confuse your opponent, try and do what you can. And yeah, it was the 1 round he didn't get mashed up in off it.
Yeah. I think part of it was the element of confusion for sure. But also, I think maybe, I don't know, was he looking to, obviously, because we know his best punch, as we know, is the left hook. And obviously him coming out of southpaw, obviously that means what lead hand is his right hand is his lead hand, meaning obviously the backhand will be the left hand. Maybe I don't know if it was they were thinking to maybe we could potentially time him with a left hook if we come in at southpaw. Obviously it's easier said than done, and also I think we've seen Dillian Whyte land that left hook and drop people when he's cut. Well, obviously when he's doing it from an orthodox stance, so it didn't really make sense to me in that way. But I don't know, maybe I feel like for an odd reason they had that maybe thought process of maybe right hand lead, maybe we can get him with the left hook at some point if we can. But regardless, whether it was confusion tactics or that, it's safe to say, even though it was probably the only round people gave him, they clearly wasn't happy with it because my man switched the next round.
that's why I think it's purely confusion, because they didn't stick to it. They just went right back to orthodox second round.
Second round, right back to orthodox is what we know Dillian Whyte to do. And that's unfortunately when the masterclass started happening. I'm trying to think where I want to go with this. When I say that I watched that fight and I'm thinking to myself, what could Dillian Whyte have done? Like I don't want to say I feel sorry for him, but I'm watching what's going on, and obviously it's apparent. Obviously, we know that Dillian Whyte, footwork wise and mobility wise, compared to Tyson, is a no contest. And I think we say on this pod that what Dillian's going to have to try and do is there's going to be a gap he needs to close, because Tyson Fury is a master at controlling the distance, given that he's 6'9" and he can just be behind the jab, and Dillian Whyte's going to have to find a way to maybe somehow close the distance and bang to the body and whatnot. I think that's the main test that you threw out there for Tyson. You say you're eager to see how he handles body work from an actual body puncher. I think it's safe to say, bro, that he handled that.
He handled it.
Brother, he ate that. He ate that easily.
Back to the drawing boards for people who thought that's going to work.
Bro, Dillian Whyte hit him with many body shots, jabbing to the body, or actual shots, like fully fledged big shots to the body. Did nothing. Didn't see Tyson Fury once, suddenly like cover his body up or, gasp for air or whatever. It did nothing for him. And you're seeing from round 2 onwards the struggle that Whyte is really facing, in the sense that he can't close the distance with this guy. And anytime he tried to bum rush Tyson to get inside, what did Tyson do, bro?
Check left hook.
For that, he did 2 things. It was either the check counter, or he just grabbed him up. He just grabbed him.
Tie him up.
Tie him up, lean on him, all that stuff. And that sort of thing only favors Tyson Fury because of what? He's 6'9" and he's heavier. I think he was 10 pounds heavier than Dillian Whyte, 10, 15 pounds heavier than Dillian Whyte. Get the weight advantage. We know he's got the height advantage. Every single time Dillian tried to get on the inside and bum rush him, check counter shot, got caught with great counter shots. Tyson Fury, obviously, as we know, is a better boxer than my man, so he has the ability to do that. Or he just grabbed him up, tied him up, held him, whatever, leaned on him, etc. So that game plan of trying to get on the inside, out the window too. So body shots out the window, and what? Trying to get on the inside of my man for Dillian Whyte, out the window as well. You can't do nothing.
It's crazy because funny actually, because Tyson Fury came out in southpaw the next round, second round, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
So, and obviously he done his the pre-fight workout, done it all in southpaw. So maybe that was playing in Dillian Whyte's mind. Like, let me come out in southpaw and see what he does. But he came out southpaw and he started piecing up Whyte in southpaw, showing him how to do southpaw properly. Tyson Fury's a well-known switcher. He's been doing that for years, so that's nothing new. But the jab was firing, and he was following up the jab up with the 1-2s. He was picking these beautiful check left hooks, and he wasn't as aggressive as he was against Deontay Wilder.
Key thing to note as well. We'll get back to that, but
he was boxing, but he wasn't the old tippy tappy Tyson Fury.
No,
it wasn't that style.
No,
there was a lot more intent. He was boxing. The jab was firing. The right hand was firing. He was landing meaningful shots. Check left hook. They weren't power shots, but there were shots that you could see Dillian Whyte's responding to them. He's feeling them.
Yeah.
So it was definitely another scary Tyson Fury to watch. He was boxing beautifully.
Yeah, it was a masterclass at this point. And I think for about 2 or 3 rounds, like round 2 and 3, it was kind of like that, in the sense that Dylan is trying to somehow get on the inside and reach my man. He's going to the body, not really doing much, and he's struggling to deal with the range and the distance that Tyson Fury is putting in front of him, whilst getting tagged with either jabs or good counter shots. So yeah, by default, losing these rounds. I think you can see the frustration, because I think from round 4, it might have been the end of round 3, where you see real frustration in Dylan Whyte, in the sense that he then tried to make it a bit ugly, tried to turn it into a bit of a street fight. Yeah, I think it was round 3, wasn't it? Or round 4. One of those 2 rounds where my man's looking to then, I guess, try and rough up Tyson if he could. I know there was a clash of heads, which opened up a cut over Dylan's eye. I think that was in round 4, that clash of heads. And then, obviously, it then got a bit scrappy and messy, the fight. Every time, for example, Dylan would try and rush in, Tyson would tie him up. Then you're seeing the forearms, the elbows. And you still remember as well when the referee was struggling in there, because he was calling break, and these lot weren't breaking. So he's having to physically try and separate them. And these are big guys. So I felt sorry for the ref, because he was really, that was a workout for him. So it got a bit tetchy between both of them. I think Tyson got a bit annoyed and Dylan got a bit annoyed. And then there was a bit of hitting after the bell, and they weren't breaking, they were hitting after the break. And I think a couple of times the referee had to admonish both of them and sort of lecture them in the middle of the ring and be like, yo, you guys need to chill, if not I'm going to start deducting points. And I was there thinking to them, this could potentially play into Whyte's favor if it turns into like an ugly sort of scrap. But it didn't really. It didn't really put a dent in what Tyson Fury was doing. And Whyte wasn't able to, I guess, turn all those breaks in play and all that messiness into something that, you know, he could use to his advantage. It didn't really change anything. If anything, it made Whyte even more tired, because Tyson Fury will grab him up, hold him, and just lean on him. Whyte's there looking fatigued and Tyson's looking calm. So another sort of thing out the window. Like, I'm there thinking, everything that Whyte could potentially do, it's gone out the window already in 5 rounds. It's unraveled. And then, yeah, we get to the 5th and 6th round. And yeah, I think most people have obviously Whyte comprehensively down. I'm there thinking, boy, he needs to think of something. He needs to start moving, because maybe he should go to the body more. But that, like I said, that wasn't doing anything. To get past, I guess, the Fury jab and to close the distance, Whyte needs to maybe bob and weave and use footwork. But we know that's not really his locker. You know what I mean? Like, he hasn't got the best footwork. We've always known this. And the bobbing and weave Mike Tyson style, Whyte hasn't got the best engine. That takes a lot of engine and sort of work rate and stuff, which, again, Whyte isn't really known for. So I'm there thinking, this brother can't do anything. I don't see what else he can do to get to this guy. Like, bro, he wasn't even, I don't think he landed anything meaningful to the head all fight.
Whyte is a weird one, because when he does throw, there's 2 things about him which are really telling, which at his detriment. One, when he takes shots, he takes them in a way where he rattles his own body. He's never had good balance. Remember, we said this before. His balance is always poor. And it's his balance. It's his balance when he's throwing. So his balance when he's taking shots and his balance when he's throwing are both off.
Yeah,
he'll throw wild shots. You're like someone like Del Chisora will take a shot and still move forward, kind of thing.
Yeah,
he'll take a shot. He knows that to get a few shots, I'm gonna have to take shots.
Yeah.
So he already anticipates taking shots.
Yeah.
Dylan Whyte will take a shot and be like, let me try to get out of it. Like his response to taking shots makes it easy to score almost. And then when he's throwing, when he's headhunting especially, he's very wild with his overhand right. And
he can, I was going to say you see with Whyte,
he loads up.
When he's under pressure as well, he unravels very quickly.
Yeah,
and he has a tendency to be super, super wild, which is obviously what we saw from round 4 or 5, where he was getting frustrated and getting tagged and not be able to reach this guy. It's where he was coming forward with the big overhand shots and missing, and then being off balance because of the fact that he's put all this, because he's mentioned, like I said, he's not balanced like that. So it's looking bad.
So he'll get tied up, he'll get countered or whatever because he's so off balance and he has to reset or whatever.
Yeah.
And then, like you mentioned, the dirty tack is he'll start punching behind the head using his elbows. And we said that last episode. He can dog as well. So and obviously Tyson Fury can dog. So they will. He doesn't mind that too. But like he was saying, when we were talking, I was saying, he's too upright. He's way too upright against someone so tall, and his head movement's lacking. Like he'll try and move to the side to side, but I was saying he needs to roll, bob and weave, be a bit more compact. Like come down a bit and like bend your knees. Like his knees are straight up. He's right in front of you, very straight, very upright. He needs to like bend down a bit more and like try. Obviously, it's very hard to sit on Tyson Fury's chest, and you need good footwork to do that. And he doesn't have that.
That's what I'm saying. We know his locker, and that's not his locker, innit? So,
but then that's why you think when these guys are going into camp, they're working on certain things because you see a fighter like Tyson Fury go into camp and come out with a brand new set of tools, like things that are like. Remember when he said he was going to do what he done to Wilder? Like, come off it. Come off it.
We said, shut up, bro. You ain't doing that. Yeah.
You really would have done that.
We said, we said, you better box, boy. Boy, you better be boxing.
You really would have done that.
Yeah.
Training camp, boom, came back. He was doing it.
Yeah.
So you're maybe thinking that's something Dylan Whyte will work on, but nope, he come out his usual self.
Yeah.
And even then, his output was way too low.
Because he was befuddled. He couldn't reach this guy. He's thinking, raw. Yeah, I think that's one thing, he could have done, but
he doesn't have it. It's looking again.
Unfortunately, Tyson Fury made my man look so ordinary. Because remember, we were adamant that we said that it wouldn't be some people were saying it's a whitewash. You did too, you know. You said that as well. I was more vocal with it, but I know you said.
I said it could be. It could be, but I didn't expect it to be.
All right, cool. I don't mind taking the look, bro. I've got big shoulders. I'm good with that. I can take it on my shoulders. It's cool.
Let's give it to Tyson Fury. He answered all the questions.
He answered all the questions, and he made. Like I said, I was so sure it wouldn't be a whitewash. I said Dylan Whyte would give him a tough fight. But part of me saying that was, and this is part of the reason why I was so bullish in the fact that I thought I had a gut feeling that Whyte was going to do it. I was almost expecting Tyson Fury I wanted him to fight like he did against Wilder. As in, come forward, bully, aggressive, etc. Because I was seeing a lot of people saying, oh yeah, Wilder gave my man a tougher fight. Wilder washes Whyte, this, that. I said, okay, I hear what you're saying about context, because Tyson Fury fought Wilder in a completely different way in the second and third fight, as we know. He was aggressive with it, came forward, and naturally, when you're aggressive and you're throwing more punches, etc., you leave yourself open to being caught. That's just natural, right? As you're throwing punches, you're liable to get caught, as opposed to you sit on the back foot and countering. So I'm there thinking, if Tyson Fury comes in that aggressive way, obviously we might be able to see a bit of a war, and it's Whyte. It's easy for Whyte to be able to catch him with a shot, even if it's a lucky punch. You're still going to catch someone who's been aggressive, as opposed to the way he fought against Whyte, as we just saw, where he was comfortably, he went back almost like you said, it wasn't like his usual tippy-tappy stuff, but it was still him on the back foot, looking to counter Whyte's work and let Whyte come to him. So yeah, me thinking, that's another thing as well. Like, I'm sure Whyte probably would have done better if Tyson Fury was coming forward and being more aggressive. He might be able to catch him. But Tyson Fury wasn't even going to let that happen. He didn't even let that happen. He didn't even attack. He said, stupid, I ain't even let you get a chance. He didn't even entertain that, really, in terms of trying to potentially be caught or trying to have a dogfight in a way. He was comfy, chilling on the back foot and said, boy, you can't get to me. I don't know if that's more out of respect of Whyte's ability, or he just didn't want to take that risk of potentially maybe he could get caught, as he did against Wilder when he was coming forward and being the bully, I guess. So again, nothing Whyte could have done, really, and Tyson Fury has unfortunately made him look very, very ordinary. I didn't think he would, but he's done it. So hats off to my man. Honestly, the biggest big ups to Tyson Fury, man. What a performance.
Bro, it's what I've said before in this podcast, that the best fighters take away your best attributes, your best tools. They rip it from you and they don't give you the chance to display it. You see that with Mayweather, Canelo. You see that with Tyson Fury. He didn't allow Dillian Whyte to get his work off or come in on the inside and land body shots. That everything that Dillian Whyte was doing, he could see. He could see it clearly. He knew he was going to do. It wasn't. He didn't allow him to get off any of his work or his tactics. Just took it away from him. Box on the back foot every time he wanted to come in. Boom, check left hook or wrap him up. Box 1-2 because he saw upright. Boom, boom, 1-2 down straight down the pipe. And then obviously set him up with that beautiful shot.
Sixth round. Let's talk about it. That shot was set up so beautifully. You saw that was literally like set up 101 in terms of how to set up an uppercut. Tippy-tappy with a jab. Those jabs weren't meant to score. They're not meant to be hurtful punches. Literally just tippy-tappy on the gloves and whatnot, just to direct the tension away, slightly open up your guard as well, and then boom, caught him with the uppercut. Dillian Whyte did not see it coming at all. The uppercut didn't even connect properly. It wasn't the cleanest connection.
No, it didn't.
But as someone that's 18, 19 stone, doesn't need to be clean. It's going to hurt regardless. Especially as you know, as the greats have said as well, the punch, I think Mike Tyson said it as well, the punch that hurts the most is the one you don't see. So Dillian Whyte did not see that coming. Got caught with the uppercut. Tyson Fury actually pushed him off him afterwards. Which I don't think the push did anything really. It just maybe hastened his descent to the canvas. I think Dillian Whyte was gone before. I think you see in the replay. I think his eyes were shut before the push even. So that just made his fall quicker. That's it really. Man, it's looking like uppercuts are Dillian Whyte's kryptonite now, because isn't this free now? Wasn't AJ's an uppercut as well? Yeah. Boy, 3 times now Dillian Whyte has been caught with an uppercut and knocked out by an uppercut, to be honest. So, boy, that's clearly his weakness. Obviously, it's clearly something he needs to work on. Maybe he is working on it, but the way Tyson Fury set up was lovely. I was applauding, but the setup was beautiful. The jab, 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 boom. Like I said, beautiful work. Dillian Whyte's tried to get up. He did get up. I don't know. I feel like he got up too quickly because his legs weren't back when he got up. The referee said, "Walk to me." Obviously, he's tried to walk to him. Instead of walking to the ref, he's walked into the ropes. So the referees then, hugged him and said, "All right, cool. Is what it is." And no complaints there. Because if the referee waved it, carry on, Fury would have finished him.
Did you see Fury in the cut saying no?
I saw Fury was doing, it's done, end it. Yeah.
Hold the ref straight.
And Fury even said afterwards, he gave a big shout out to the referee. He said the referee did amazing because Dillian Whyte could have been seriously hurt if it allowed to carry on, because obviously he's got to go and finish my man. And Dillian Whyte was in no state he could barely stand. So man was leaning, bro. He leant into the ropes. So it is what it is. I was thinking,
even with the push, the way he pushed him,
he
done him a favor there. Because if he followed up with shots, then he could have really hurt.
Because that's why he pushed, because Dillian Whyte was on him, innit? So even if he was slumped, he probably leaned on Tyson. Tyson Fury didn't hit him a couple more times. But it actually was a favor, funnily enough. But
also, you hear of people who take shots, get knocked out, like he was out, and the second shot wakes them back up. Well, he would have been out.
The thing is, obviously, I'm there thinking, I really invested in it. Even though he was losing, obviously, I'm there thinking, oh, come on, please, come on, get up. But obviously, the way, like I've said it so many times on this pod before, when I see a fight on his back, starfished, I already know it's over. I already know. The only person I know it wasn't over for was Tyson Fury against Wilder in that first fight, where he was actually starfished and he got up somehow. But for the most part, when I see a boxer starfish on their back, eyes rolled up, looking up to the ceiling, I'm thinking, it's done. It's done. So even when he did beat the count, I wasn't surprised to see his legs still not be there. And obviously, the referee waved off, and I had no complaints whatsoever, man. It was a good stoppage. And I feel like the reaction I got from a lot of people was saying, oh, yeah, that wasn't a good fight, very anticlimactic. I expected more. The main takeaways was people, attacking Whyte and basically saying he's a bum, shocking performance, etc. He got fully outclassed. Again, I must say to these people, when you watch that fight, what more could have done Whyte done? What more could he have done? We just ironed it out now. He probably couldn't have done nothing.
Yeah, he didn't have the tools in his locker to do anything.
Yeah. It's
you could say throw more punches. I think that's the basics and the basics. Double up on the jab, try and jab. He was sometimes just walking in and trying to land the body shot. But I guess you just I don't feel like we're kid now. Do more, throw more punches.
Thing is, I guarantee him throwing more and doing all that is not going to do anything. It's not going to put a dent in Tyson. In fact, all that's probably him increasing his output is probably more detrimental to him because we know he hasn't got the best engine. So by round 8, he'll be blowing out of his ass. So yeah.
And once again, said it on the pod last episode, when it comes down to it, ring IQ, Tyson Fury is elite. He will just adapt.
Yeah.
He'll just say, is this what you want to do? Okay, I'll be here. And if you want to back away, right in front of you, I'll be right in front of you. I'll be right here. He could do all now. So it's something that Andre Ward was good at in terms of ring IQ. Whatever he needed to do, he would do it. And
Ward could adapt and fight in so many different ways just to get the win. I've seen Ward fight. If you want the boxing stuff, he'll do that.
Super aggressive.
If you want to do the rough and tumble stuff, he's got that in his bag. Remember, Carl Froch was saying that he was banking on the fact that he's a bigger and stronger man than Ward and he will bully him on the inside. What did Ward go and do to him?
Yep.
Battered him on the inside. Absolutely battered him. So, yeah, man.
If you want to be dirty, he could do the dirty stuff as well.
Trust me.
Whatever he needs to do to win, he does it. The ring IQ of these fighters, Tyson Fury, don't get enough credit for it. So whatever Dylan Whyte wanted to try and do, whatever he wanted to try and change up, Tyson Fury will come up with the answers.
Yeah.
And we said before, like even the trainer changed by him from Ben Davidson
to Sugar Hill. Yeah.
Look, he had a bad performance against Otto Rollin.
Yeah.
And then they were trying to make him super light and super tippy-tappy box. Yeah. This is what I need to do. And he went and shouted Sugar Hill. And now him and Sugar Hill have created a brand new monster. A different kind of monster.
Let's talk on that as well. The monster that is Tyson Fury. The problem that is Tyson Fury. I'm pretty sure I've said that before. Man, how do we solve it? Who is there anyone out there that can beat this man? Any heavyweight?
I don't know.
I don't think there is, I can't think. I mean, I think, okay, this leads...
You're going to have to start merging boxers together.
Yeah, for real, man. This is now... We're at the stage now where it's build a boxer. Yeah. You're playing fight night. You're creating your character. You're creating your dimensions. So you want... we should even do that, actually. How do you build a boxer? Obviously, you want the power of Wilder.
Yeah, Wilder's right hand.
The boxing ability of Usyk. Well, no, I'll say the footwork and the maneuverability of Usyk. What else?
You need some pens in that system.
Oh my gosh. I was going to say, we'll take AJ's left. Dog. It's a scary, scary, scary prospect, this guy. I don't see who can beat him.
You need better footwork than Fury. You need to be more explosive.
Yeah.
You need a better engine than him. And more power.
Yeah.
So those things, footwork, engine, you need to be throwing more punches than him. You need to be able to get to position yourself first.
I'd say be bloody strong as well. Because obviously taking that weight, because he's probably going to outweigh you for the most part. To be able to handle that weight and that pressure on you, you're going to have to be super strong. So, that too. Yeah, man.
And there's no fight out there with that, with all those attributes.
I mean, there isn't. There actually isn't. Obviously, this sort of segues us nicely into his comments afterwards, because obviously this is apparently his last fight. What are your thoughts on that? Because I think for me, dependent on what happens between AJ and Usyk, for me, if AJ wins and gets his 3 belts back, it's not Fury's last fight. We'll probably see a Fury AJ fight. However, if Usyk wins, I do think Fury will be like, all right, cool. See you later. I'm done for good. But yeah, what are your thoughts towards his retirement comments?
I don't believe him.
Mm.
I don't believe him. I think he needs to fight the winner of AJ and Usyk to cement his legacy, get undisputed, and then he can retire.
That's what I wanted to do. And I think I just from his comments as well. Don't forget, this guy has said so many times he has no interest in fighting Alexander Usyk. He's rubbish the prospect of that fight. He said he has no. And for me, obviously, I know why. I feel I do think Tyson Fury knows Usyk, recognizes Usyk as a threat. Not what I'm saying. I'm not saying he's scared of him. I don't think he's scared of him, but I think he knows that Usyk presents a sort of a high risk, low reward kind of option. Whereas AJ, as we know, if AJ wins, the money's there. That is the fight where everyone really wants to see AJ Fury. That's the money fight. So that could tempt him. Whereas Usyk, one, he could potentially lose. And 2, it's not something that brings a big reward in that sense. I would love to see him fight Usyk. I think that would be just a beautiful boxing fight between two high-level IQ fighters with different styles. And yeah, I want to see how he would navigate against someone who, like Usyk, who he probably hasn't seen. That's the way Usyk fights. It's not something Fury will be used to. Someone that's coming with a lot of angles, the footwork, the maneuverability, the movement, all that kind of stuff, and the angles. Like Fury hits you, and the engine. Fury hits you like it's almost like a smaller version of Fury in a way, because Fury hits you with angles of 2, but the angles Usyk comes with is different, which we saw. Different level, different. It's Lomachenko basically. So yeah, I would love to see how, and obviously I'd like to see how Usyk handles someone that's 6'9" with an 83-inch reach or whatever. So, but yeah, he's been so adamant in saying that he has no interest in fighting Usyk. So I don't know. I feel like a lot hinges on this Usyk AJ rematch, man. A lot hinges on it.
Do you remember his comments, Tyson Fury? I think it was on the Joe Rogan podcast about Steve Cunningham being the hardest fight he had.
Yep.
And he said
he
was so light on his feet, he couldn't pin him down.
This is what I'm saying.
He kept moving. And obviously Steve Cunningham put him down.
And Steve Cunningham was what? A cruiserweight.
Light on his feet.
Like Usyk.
And obviously Tyson Fury was in good shape then. He said Steve Cunningham was the hardest fight he had because he was so light on his feet. And he beat Steve Cunningham quite convincingly.
Yeah, after he got dropped, he bashed him, let's be real.
After the knockdown, he pieced him up. He dropped him, I think, the next round on the same round. No, the next round, possibly. And went on to stop him. But you can see, I believe him when he says it's the hardest fight. Most of these heavyweights are just in front of him. They're big.
Exactly.
They can't move like he can.
Exactly. I'm saying he knows Usyk is a threat. Tyson Fury knows Alexander Usyk is a threat. I'm not saying he's scared of him. I think I don't think Fury's scared of anyone. I think he knows he's the best in the world. But he knows that's a potential banana skin right there. AJ knew that, but I know for a fact AJ, obviously, well, not AJ. I think AJ's happy to fight all comers, but you saw the way Eddie Hearn was moving. Eddie Hearn didn't want him to fight Usyk. Eddie Hearn himself was bricking it because he knew that this is a serious banana skin for his guy. So, and also he'll say his peak as well, because don't forget, Fury has rubbished Usyk's size and said I can never lose to someone so small. He calls him a middleweight. So imagine if he chops the L to the middleweight. It's egg on the face, isn't it? So yeah, I think Fury knows he's a threat, but he's fortunate in the sense that money-wise doesn't make sense. Whereas AJ money-wise will make sense, especially as it's another UK champion as well. So I would love Fury to stick around and fight the winner. And I think if AJ wins, it's more concrete. Otherwise, I feel like if Usyk wins, he'll probably just say, well, I've had all those 3 belts already before. I don't need to get him again. Because obviously he took him from Klitschko, didn't he? So, yeah, I feel like he's going to be watching that. I think the world is going to be watching that rematch keenly. Yeah, I feel like for us to get an undisputed fight, we need AJ to win. Whether AJ can win, that's another pod in itself, bro.
I think I don't know. Maybe he's doing this to try and build up a few.
Because apart from who else? There's no one else really.
Yeah, it's them two. He has to fight the winner. Well, we want to see him fight the winner, and then he cements himself as one of the GOATs of all time, really and truly.
You could even say the GOAT. You could
start making. Well, maybe we'll see. But
that's another pod. Yeah.
You could start having those debates almost.
Facts.
But I think he beats Usyk.
I do as well.
And it comes down to what he has in his toolbox.
Yeah,
what he has in his locker.
I think he beats both of them. I think he beats AJ too. Obviously, but I've said that from day one. Obviously, I know what you were saying about AJ. I don't know if you still have those same sentiments, Flowz, but I've said from day, I feel like I think Fury beats AJ. Do you still feel like AJ is still the best chance on someone defeating Tyson Fury?
We have to see what he does against Usyk.
Okay.
We have to see how he comes out. Because after that last the answer is no. But we haven't seen AJ since, when was that fight? December?
Yeah, sometime last year, end of last year.
December?
Yeah.
We don't even have a date for when that.
Apparently it's July, but yeah, we haven't got the actual official date. But
we haven't got a confirmed date.
It's coming soon as well.
It has to be July, apparently. It has to be.
Yeah.
He has to have a fight in July. So we'll see how he looks in his next fight. Once again, if you haven't fought in a lot, well, luckily it's within 6 months, but we have to see. But right now, if you're looking across the landscape, AJ and Usyk are the only two you could, and most people have them down to lose. Yeah,
agreed.
So, that's why if he beats the winner, call it a day. He's done.
No point. There's no one else. There's no point waiting for some of these young guys to come up and whatever. He's achieved everything there is to achieve and got all 4 belts at the same time, bro. What next for Dylan Whyte? Because obviously the usual comments we're seeing afterwards. Yeah, Whyte retire. He should finish. He's dead. He's a bum. Obviously, as boxing people, we know we're a bit more sensible than that. So we know it's not time for Dylan Whyte to retire. There are still fights I want to see my man in. Deontay Wilder, let's go. I'm still trying to see Whyte Wilder. I'm still trying to see Whyte AJ for the 3rd time. Yeah, look, there's still Whyte. Look, Dylan Whyte can never beat Tyson Fury. Is what it is. His best route to a world title is via AJ or Usyk. That's that really. So forget about Fury. Rebuild, or not say rebuild, but maybe fight 1 or 2 fights or whatever, or fight another contender or someone that's around the mix, like a Wilder, for example. Or if he wants to rematch AJ, love to see that. Andrew Ruiz is out there. There's still people for him to fight. Joe Joyce, if you want to fight Joe Joyce. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's time for him to call it a day or retire. He just lost to a much better man. No shame in that. And go another route for the other belts. There's still 3 belts out there. So yeah, I think there's that. And if Fury does retire, then he can obviously relinquish the WBC, and maybe Whyte can fight for the vacant title with someone. Who knows? But yeah, Whyte can still be a world champion one of these days, but he just can't beat Tyson Fury. And that's that really. What about you? Are you looking to see Whyte versus anyone, or do you still want him around, or not really?
I want to say first thing, Whyte's had a brilliant career. He's achieved. Yeah. He's overachieved. Let's be real.
He has.
He was brought in to be a stepping stone for AJ. Mm-hmm. Weren't any real prospect. He didn't have an extensive amateur career. He wasn't really backed by anyone. He was fighting small hall shows. And off that rivalry and off that performance, he got a chance with Matchroom. They gave him a chance, and he's ran with it. He's done well. He's become a pay-per-view fighter. Mm. He's had several pay-per-views which have sold well, done good numbers, and he's gone on to have a world title shot, which I kind of thought anyone really imagined he would have when he got stopped by AJ. So brilliant career, beating some good names, good resume.
He's been a lot of contenders.
Earned good money. He's earned good money. Let's put it that way. He's changed his life for good. He's sorted after that. All those pay-per-views and finally this one. So he's earned good bread. He's achieved a lot. Deserves a lot of commendation for that. But yeah, I'd like to still see him. There's some fights out there for him still. I think obviously if Fury's talking about retiring, then he's gonna have to relinquish the belts.
Yeah.
For the number one spot. Let's see Wilder Whyte.
Let's get it.
That could be for the vacant title.
Yep.
They could run that. The way my man got stopped, I might have to switch to the board. No, but it's a fifth. That fight could go either way. I was
going to say that's to me that's 50-50.
Yeah, that fight could go.
I'll pull for Whyte because obviously I prefer Whyte to Wilder, but that's a 50-50. But before I was more of like a 60-40. 100%. Someone's getting stopped. 100%.
Yeah. Someone's going to sleep that one early.
And in fact, I beg Whyte, please do press and promo for that one. For the back of because you see the back and forth between Whyte. Oh my gosh, they might even fight at the presser.
But yeah,
I'm even trying to say put Dean Whyte and Marcellus on undercut. Dean Whyte and Marcellus get on it.
But if that one don't happen, he still has fights like Luis Ortiz. That's a fight people still see.
But yeah.
I'll
Andrew Ruiz, I'll see that.
Yeah, but Andy Ruiz is moving like a joke, man. So I don't know what he's on. You
see him. He was begging for the fight with Fury today. But I saw my mate sent me his IG and he was like, "Oh, I have one wish, please. I want to fight Tyson Fury, please, bro. Let's get it in." I thought to myself, I said, "You had your chance, bro. You flopped it, idiot, bozo."
What's his name? Rollins calling for a rematch with Fury. But why him could have run that back?
They were meant to have their fight. Yeah.
So there's still fights out there for him. He can beat the other guys.
The other up and coming, Joe Joyce's and whatnot. Would you see Joe Joyce Whyte?
No, not really.
I mean, if it's made, I'll watch it. I'll definitely watch it if it's made.
I'll watch it. I think it's the people he's had back and forth with previously. So the Luis Ortiz's, the Andrew Ruiz, AJ, Wilder, those fights that we didn't get to see. Joe Joyce and him is a bit of a. There's nothing in it for me. The back and forth won't be live. The fight probably won't even be live. So it's the people he's had trouble with or had a bit of needle with in the past. Just to show kind of where he really sits between those guys.
Because there's still a lot of people who are big Whyte detractors who still say that, he's nowhere near this level, and the guys like some young guys who say, Williams way better than Whyte. So it's true. We'll see. But I hope he sticks around. I think he will as well. I don't think this loss will deter him. He just accept. I mean, afterwards you saw he was pally. Whyte and Fury are boys, as we saw throughout this when they finally met face to face. They're brethren. So even after the fight, they were pally and whatnot. So I think
he blew out.
He blew out, but afterwards I saw footage of obviously Fury's dressing room, and you saw Whyte was in there, and they're both like congratulating each other and hugging and stuff. Like, they're mates.
That's funny. My man could barely walk when he stood up, and somehow ran out there.
Boy, I look forward to seeing the IFL interview when it drops. Obviously, of his thoughts, afterwards the fight.
He done an interview with BBC. He said it was a close fight, and he just got caught with a shot.
Oh, I didn't see that one yet. Oh, okay.
He said it was a close fight up until he got caught with a good shot.
It wasn't a close fight, bro. You were getting washed. I can't lie, man. Sorry to say.
But did you see the scorecards? One of the judges gave him the second and third.
Yeah, I saw that. I think David Hay, who, as we know, is a big Tyson Fury hater. I was watching because obviously I'm preying his scorecards. I think he gave Whyte 3 rounds. I said David Hay is moving nuts. He is moving crazy. I know he doesn't like Tyson Fury, but come on, bro.
You could say it depends. Body shots are hard to score. People completely ignore them sometimes. So maybe. But he was being outlanded regardless of the body shots. I mean, including the body shots, he was being outlanded. So, yeah,
man. The greatness of Tyson Fury, man. He is really brilliant, and he's an anomaly to be 6'9" and to be able to do what he does. And like you said, we said it before, it's scary because he's got so many stars in his locker now. If he wants to be the boxer, he can do that. If he wants to be the aggressor, the bully, he can do that. And now if he wants to be a combination of both, he can do that. And that's so scary, man. And as I said before, so many times as well, when Tyson Fury is looking to make a fight awkward, never underestimate his ability to do that. If he wants to make an awkward, horrible fight where if you come inside, he will just grab you and hold you, he will do that. And he's so good to do that, and you can't defend against it. So yeah, man, he's a tough prospect to fight, man. And I don't see any heavyweight out there right now at this very moment with him in this form that's going to take him out. I'm going to be so real. Yeah, man. And as we saw with Dylan, that's all she wrote. But yeah, let's move to this upcoming weekend, because obviously the big boxing doesn't stop. Lots of big fights still coming up this year alone, and in this month and end of this month, we've got 2 beautiful fights to review, or sorry, to preview. Where do you want to start? Which one? Do you want to start with the ladies first, or do you want to? Yeah, let's do ladies first. We'll do ladies first. Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano. Yeah, as you said, this fight's been 3-4 years in the making. Finally here. I believe it's in New York, right? It's Madison Square Garden, right?
Yeah.
So we know that they've packed that out already. This is for all the marbles, isn't it? I think in the division as well.
Yeah, undisputed.
Yeah, it's a huge fight. Huge fight for women's boxing. One of the biggest fights of the year. Yeah, man. What are your thoughts on this one? I'll let you lead off with this one.
Great fight, man. Brilliant fight, I guess. It's been built up for a long time as well.
Long time, bro.
Yeah, but I feel like I've got to ride with Katie Taylor.
Yeah, same.
I think it'll be a close fight. It'll be hard to score as well.
I feel like we can really envision how it's going to play out.
Yeah.
In a sense, how we know what Amanda Serrano does and how she's going to come. I think a lot of people said that. Well, not people said, but it's something we've noticed as well. Katie Taylor, her kryptonite might be pressure fighters, maybe. So I think we really know Amanda's going to come full tilt, come for her neck, and be on her. And Katie Taylor, it's just how she navigates. We know she's got amazing hand speed and good footwork as well. So, and we know she's prone to getting into a scrap as well. She actually loves it herself. She loves getting into a little war. So I actually think it's going to be a super exciting fight because of that, because Katie Taylor enjoys getting into scraps and Serrano's going to try and press her all fight. I do think it's going to be super engaging and highly enjoyable. But yeah, I too see her coming out with a W. It's interesting because I'm pretty sure Serrano is from New York as well, isn't it? Or she's made New York her home, right?
I think so.
Yeah, so technically she's the home fighter technically, but I always feel like with Katie Taylor, it's very hard to get a decision against her. If you know what I mean, right?
Well, she's
anyway,
Irish.
And she's Irish, yeah.
They'll turn up. They'll turn up
Facts. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I can only see a Katie Taylor probably like an SD, probably as close as a split decision, you know.
Yeah.
I think SD. I think it's gonna be one of them ones.
I think it'll be very close. It might even be controversial slightly.
I was going to say it might be shades of. In fact, it will be. I think it will be shades of Pursuit. You know, the first Pursuit, was it the first Pursuit? I think both Pursuit fights were mad close.
Yeah.
But one of them was like super close. You're thinking, "Rah, could that have gone the other way?" I think it's gonna be one of those.
Yeah.
I really do think it's gonna be one of those.
I think it'll be hard, especially with 2-minute rounds and whatnot, man. It's gonna be hard to score. There'll be picker rounds. It'll cause a lot of debate, but it's gonna be a good fight. That's what we're guaranteed for. It's
gonna be cold. It's gonna be really good. Just talking about it now, I'm even more excited. Because I know what both of these girls to come to fight, and we said it many times on this pod alone that women's boxing is always exciting for the most part.
Yeah.
And
it's sort of split opinions, man.
It is. It's definitely gonna. I think it's definitely gonna be nightly debatable, this fight, compared to the other fight we're about to preview as well. This one's gonna be the one that's gonna be hotly debated.
Is there a rematch clause?
I don't know. I don't know, but I think there probably would be.
They should run it back. Just because I'm picturing how this is gonna go and how it's gonna end.
Because don't forget, we said as well. We said this, whether it's if there is a rematch clause or whatever. We said this should be Katie Taylor's last set of fights, didn't we? There's been question marks whether she's slowing down or whatnot. after this, there's nothing for us to do. This was the fight to make. She's got this now. She's old. She's about 37, I think. She's not young. So yeah, this set of fights, whether it's a trilogy or a double header or just a one-off fight, this should be it for Katie, I think. I don't see what else she should do.
Yeah. Amanda Serrano should be her last opponent, really and truly.
Yeah, facts. Let's just hope that she caps off a glittering career with a big master win. Yeah, let's hope. We'll see. But Amanda's look, Katie. I don't know if you if you don't listen to us, Amanda Serrano's gonna be on your neck. She is gonna be on your neck. She's gonna be on your clock, man. Trust me.
Katie said he's happy to oblige.
Like I said, she actually loves to scrap herself. She's a G. Shout out to both of these ladies, man. We look forward to being thoroughly entertained. The other big fight. This was debate, remember, in terms of which fight is bigger and which fight is going to, bring in more viewers, etc. Oscar Valdez, Shakur Stevenson. Now, I said the ladies' fight is going to be debatable. I don't think this one's going to be as debated, bro. Bro, this is first of all, this is a sensational fight. This is a sensational fight. From a boxing matchup in terms of pure boxing and excitement, this is brilliant. Two brilliant fighters, world-class fighters. But you know how we feel about the Shakur brother, man. We know how we feel about Shakur. We've been warning people. We've been warning the weight class up that this guy is coming. And he's gonna come like a train. Yeah, man, I'm wrong with Shakur on this one, man. I think Shakur's got this one. I really do think he's got this one. And I don't think he'll make Valdez look as bad as he did Herring, because the Herring one was crazy because Herring's a very good fighter, as we know. Herring's a damn good fighter. And Shakur, he made him look like he shouldn't even be in there. But Valdez is a tough guy. As we know, he's Mexican. We know he's tough. He knows he's going to come all night. And he's strong. Questionably strong sometimes. Obviously, the whole whatever, we don't know. But I hope Valdez involved with this one. But yeah, I can't look past the talent of Shakur, man. I really can't look past. I think he's the future, man. He is the future. But
I can't disagree.
This technically is a 50-50, to be honest. On paper, it looks like a 50-50, but I'm quite confident that Shakur's going to do him. Honestly, I'm actually very confident in Shakur.
Yeah, it's not 50-50 to be honest. Yeah,
especially after the Herring performance. Do you think he's going to Herring him? He surely can't do that.
No,
okay, yeah.
No, I doubt it. But
yeah,
he's gonna beat him. He's gonna get that boy. That's what I'm saying. He's gonna show people boy. Yeah,
boy.
Some respect for my name. For real.
I don't think you deep as well. If he does that, as in he gets that boy, this is a huge statement. Because Valdez is the kingpin of his division. He's the best in that division, comfortably. Well,
cooking sour.
I was going to say, well, on paper he is comfortable. Yeah. Obviously, the constant Sal situation aside, Valdez is the guy. He is. He's the man of the division.
He's the man.
Deservedly so for the most part, as we said.
But the reason being, remember when he faced Pachel?
Yes.
Pachel was the favorite.
Yes, he was.
That was his statement performance.
Boy, what a statement that was. The knockout was crazy.
That was his statement performance.
Yeah.
Shakur's gonna. I might say Shakur's gonna show him. No, I don't think Shakur will stop him, but he's gonna.
Yeah, I don't think he'll stop him.
You're gonna see Valdez's face afterwards, and you're gonna do that.
Boy,
I'm telling you,
boy.
Like I'm seeing Shakur's inspiring Caleb Plant, Terence Crawford.
I was gonna say Terence Crawford was in the camp with him. So
look at the iron of sharpened iron, right?
Trust.
Look who he's inspiring with. These are killers, bigger than him. Caleb Plant, he's inspiring with.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
And he was telling us we had when he was inspiring Prograde. Yeah. We heard what he was doing to Prograde.
Boy. And Prograde is a monster, by the way. Prograde himself is a problem. So
look who inspired Prograde, Crawford.
Yeah, that's insane. That's insane.
Yeah, unless Valdez inspired Canelo.
Oh yeah, Valdez is Eddie Reynoso too, right? Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, true. The only way Valdez got answer is you better pull out the Canelo card real quick.
Bro, you get the hyperbolical timetable with Canelo. I get to work. He's come out like Super Saiyan or something.
Folks, this is a fight though. This is a serious fight. This is a serious matchup.
I don't get me wrong. Shakur will be tested in it.
Yeah, bro, Valdez is the classic Mexican in terms of the super aggressive style. Come forward. Engine is crazy. It keeps throwing punches. And can box a little as well. He's actually a good, decent boxer too. So
yeah, his jab was impressive like crazy against Michelle.
Yeah, I didn't see that jab coming.
It'll be a great fight. I just think Shakur is going to pass this test. He's going to pass this test.
This is, we said with Shakur's an explosion waiting to happen. This is kind of it. This is where it starts. This is where you start seeing like, okay, this boy is really, really special. Do you want him to clean up? Well, if supposing he wins, do you want him to clean up that division first before he decides to move up? Or because he's talking about moving up real quick, as in like this. He's talking as if he's going to beat Valdez and then go up straight away. Would you rather he chills for a little bit and just gets the rest of the guys, or are you looking to see him in the mix with the Ryan Garcias and them lot now?
No man ain't trying to fight anyone. You might as well clean up the division and then move up. They might don't want to fight anyone. But you can move up because this division isn't, it's not stacked. He's beating the main man if he beats he would have beaten the main man. So
the other guys who are, just to jump in, you got a Japanese brother called Ogawa. I think he's just got the title, or he got it in November. And then a Colombian called Gutierrez who got it way back in January. These guys haven't defended their title, so it's not like it's even active. So yeah, you're right. It's not really the best. Yeah, it's not really the best kind of division, I guess, in that sense.
Yeah, it won't be a notable undisputed. It's almost like, it's hard to say, Terence Crawford's undisputed wasn't that notable, and Jamel's Charlo, if he gets it, won't be the most notable undisputed. So if he beats Valdez, he's beating the man, he's beating Herring.
Yeah.
I'm happy for him to move up if he's going to take on champions. Right? But then if he's going to do warm-up fights and such, then he might as well quickly wrap up the division.
Yeah.
I can't, it's hard to envision that because this will propel him to stardom if he wins this.
Yeah.
This is USA versus Mexico.
Yep.
So it's a big fight. So it's up to him. How old is he?
24, no? 24, 25? Let me check.
He's older than Haney, isn't he? He's not.
Yes.
They're all around this. I think he's slightly older than Haney.
Actually, yeah, 24. He's 24.
Okay.
Haney's what, 22?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so, 22, 23.
But yeah, Haney's young, man. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's ready. He's ready, man.
Yeah.
He's proved he's ready. That Herring performance, let me know that.
Bro, that performance was, because we know Shakur's going to win, but we didn't think it'd be like that because we rate Herring.
Yeah.
As you know, Herring's a matchup problem for that entire division because he's like, what, 6 foot? So we're there thinking, let's see how you do with a real tall, rangy guy. And he blasted my man. It was actually crazy. So yeah, well, fully riding on Shakur on this one, man. This is your coming out party, man. This is where I think the world knows you're the man, or you're gonna be the man. And it's such a shame that it's had to clash with the ladies fight because I feel like these two fights deserve their own days. You know what I mean? But yeah, it is what it is.
So Valdez has the WBC. If the WBC is the one with the ruling where if you move up in weight, you become mandatory.
Isn't it? I think it's a WBO.
WBO, yeah.
And that's what Shakur has.
He's got the can't. So if he moves up, there's obviously got an undisputed fight between Kambosos versus Devin Haney.
Yes.
But they're tied into a multi-fight deal anyway, so he'll have to kind of wait.
Yeah. So in the meantime, get it cracking with, Garcia won't fight him. Or, well, let me say, Golden Boy won't let Garcia fight him. Tank is obviously not really a fixture. Lomachenko, I like to see it. Because I've heard, I heard that I know they've been in camp together before, and Shakur gave him good work. I heard Shakur, he tested Loma, so yeah, man, I'd love to see that at some point one day. But yeah, basically, in fact, usually I'm for fighters staying in their division and unifying if they can, but having looked at the rest of that division, Valdez is clear and above the star name and the main guy. It's not like you said. I agree with you. It's not the division for the killers or big names. So I'm if he decides to move up straight away, I'm happy with that.
Yeah,
I'm happy with that, and him throwing his name in the mix immediately with his other man, who he's been calling out these man for time anyways. Yeah, he's been saying their names.
He's been saying like, look, just because I'm not there yet, just because I'm not in that division, my name should still be in that, even though I'm not
Trust.
there.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get these guys,
and he's coming. Even the way we said it, he's coming. But even the way he conducts himself online and whatnot, he's not corny. He keeps it real. You can tell he's a student of the game as well. He watches boxing. He lives and breathes boxing. He's a G, man. I really like Shakur Stevenson, man. He's a big G.
Yeah. You always see him around, even like from way back in the day.
Yeah.
You're seeing him in these videos.
Yeah, when he was young. Yeah.
You're seeing him. So he's someone who's been a face for time. Obviously went to the Olympics.
Yeah.
Man,
what did he get? He got silver, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shows he's got the amateur background.
Trust.
I want to see all these fights happen with these guys. So if he moves up, maybe I'll make it happen.
It's just a shame that division isn't the most, as you said before, it's a very frustrating division. It's not the most popping division. Or sorry, not popping. It's not the most active division. With that division, there's a lot of talking and not enough. This is why we have to praise Kam Flowz and Haney for getting it in, because there's bare talking about division. It's so jarring. It's because we know how stacked it is as well. So I just hope that I'm worried that obviously if he flies in, he might not get these fights. But I feel like someone like Haney will be happy to fight him.
Yeah.
I think Haney backs his talk in it. Haney backs himself. And boy, that's another matchup. I don't know I don't know. That one I don't even know.
Yeah. But yeah, Haney will fight him. Haney will fight him.
I feel like Loma will fight him too. Actually, well, if the stories I heard about him giving Loma work in sparring and whatnot, maybe not. But Loma doesn't strike me as someone that ducks. I thought Loma's on stuff, innit? So yeah, the Ukrainians are on stuff. We know this. It's Ryan Garcia and Tank. I don't think will be rushing to fight my man.
Yeah, we'll see.
Well, Tank is a free. Well, if Tank's a free agent,
well, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see
because he might. I don't trust that dude. He might go sign right back up with.
He can't because this guy is rubbishing his own guy. He's grilling Mayweather. He's cussing him out every time.
He's deleting tweets. There's some. They made him a pay-per-view star at the end of the day.
Yes. But don't forget, these rumblings of Tank and the discord in the camp has been going for a long time. Long time. It's not just recent. It's happened so many times before as well. That he's not too happy with the situation over there. But yeah, I don't know what's going on there, but I know for a fact that Tank will probably be more active if he wasn't under Mayweather. I think that's not going to say more active, but he'll be fighting more with the people we want to see him fight. I
don't know about that. I can't say that. I hope so, because I've never heard Tank call anyone out. I've never heard him say Lomachenko's name. I've never heard him say any of these guys' names. He goes back and forth on Twitter.
Yeah, I was going to say, he goes back and he says he'd knock him out on Twitter, but he hasn't really. Tank's another one. He's kind of weird, don't he? I feel like Tank just is in this bubble kind of way. He's not really. Tank, for example, you know how we say some boxers don't need a mouthpiece. They do it themselves. Tyson Fury, for example. Tank isn't really a talker like that, as we can see. He's not the best talker. He's not really one to be running his mouth and name dropping and stuff. He just does what he has to do on the night, innit? I think that's just who he is. So I'm not surprised that he's not really calling man out like that. But he's happy to engage on Twitter. We know that. Yeah,
I think he's just very much been respectful of Mayweather and Mayweather Promotions and let them guide his career as such. And he's not really questioned it or pushed back because he's been with them his whole career pretty much, and they've had a pathway for him. But I think maybe now we're starting to see that, look, these certain fights need to happen. I need to be doing this. I need to be more active. And starting to ask questions. I think that's why we're starting to see the frustrations more and more.
To be honest, the comments he was making about Mayweather, obviously, to me, they're justified because I don't know what Mayweather was playing at with the whole, fight press conference on Tank's press conference day. Like, come on, man. Like, are you not? Is this not meant to be your guy? This is your star, and you're going off and doing something. Nah. But we know Mayweather, man. He's addicted to the limelight, unfortunately. So
Floyd.
That is Floyd for you, unfortunately. But we've said before in this pod that I've said all the fighters on the Mayweather needs to find a way to get a way out of that deal because you really only tend to fight when he fights. So the Mayweather camp, as you know, is all, apart from Tank, is actually quite active for a Mayweather fighter. Most Mayweather fighters fight once a year on the Floyd undercard for the most part. So yeah, they all need to somehow leave. Imagine if he had Savannah Marshall for all this time.
Yeah,
she'd be nowhere. Nowhere.
That's why she left.
That's what she ran, boy.
Yeah, fights were getting cancelled. Yeah, I think she had one fight, obviously, on the Mayweather's card.
Yeah.
And
was it your boy Vidal Riley as well? He was Mayweather, right?
Yeah. And boy, he had like 3 fights in however long. So he cut as well.
Yeah, man. It's not the best place to build yourself, I don't think. Right.
Speaking of boys, before we end,
he's not my boy.
No, I actually just want you to clarify because I'm pretty sure you said on the pod.
I didn't say that on my pod.
All right, just tell them. So I'll be saying that David Alale, you and him are related, but you're not.
We're not. I don't know my man.
Well, he's your cousin or something.
Nah, bro.
Fair enough. But yeah, good win for him as well. So shout him.
I didn't even pay attention to undercard. So I heard he won, but was it Isaac Lowe? He lost, right?
Yeah, Isaac Lowe lost.
Yeah. He was expected to win, though.
Yeah,
was he?
But he got beaten up.
I saw the cut, the peak, like the big bump on his eye. Yeah,
drops badly.
Was he against like a journeyman or something?
No, the guy was undefeated, I think.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Yeah,
but I don't know. Nick Ball, what was his name?
Yeah, it was Nick something. I didn't watch it, so but yeah, fair.
It was a good fight. That was one of the good fights on the undercard. Yeah, and an upset as well. So
how was the social media star Tommy Fury?
I didn't watch that.
Oh, was he like early? We wasn't like the chief support or nothing.
He was like maybe 7 o'clock.
Fair.
I saw the end of it.
Yeah,
but the shades of Golovkin talk are wild because he went the full 6. I don't think he hurt my man. Yeah,
I kept saying that. I kept seeing comments about Tommy Fury's good doing his best Golovkin impression. I thought I didn't like research to see what they mean. Why were people saying that?
So John Fury came out and said that he sees shades of Golovkin in Tommy Fury.
Oh, right.
And
John Fury,
everyone,
of course.
Everyone got to him. And the guy was fine, looked tiny in there compared to Tommy Fury.
Tommy Fury's a big. I don't even know what division. Is he super middleweight? I don't even know. Or is he middleweight? I don't know what division he is, but for his division, he's big. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was calling out Jake Paul afterwards. I didn't pay attention, but yeah.
Right.
I think that's enough of talking about that dude.
Yeah, we're not trying to fund that. Fair enough. Hey, whether or not the fight was underwhelming overall, I mean the main event and just the night in general, we got treated to a boxing masterclass. So it is what it is, and it's a shame that it had to be Whyte receiving it, but someone had to lose in it, and Fury is just that good. So fair play. We it'd be interesting to see what he does next. We'll pay attention to that. But yeah, good night, and I'm looking forward to these fights coming this week, man. I really am looking forward to it. It's 2 great fights to watch, to pay attention to. Should be dope. Well, I think we should leave it there. Episode 87 on SZN Podcast. Once again, I've been your boy Kam.
I'm your boy Flowz.
And thank you for keeping it locked and keep supporting. Peace.
I'm taking a strap. I'm strapped up.
What was that about?
Let's make the fight happen. We strapped the fuck up.